Yes, sir. As we proceed to give you what you need, the prodigal Don has returned and welcome.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And welcome to the Keke the Don
Oh shoot.
podcast. I'm your host, Keke the Don, and this is episode 4. And we have our usual panel, Wolf
Yeah.
and the boy J Money. In today's topic, the timeline been kind of in some shambles this week. I don't know if y'all been looking at it, but it really started last week. So basically, what the topics we're gonna be talking about is the Rocksteady and Insomniac leaks. So we're just gonna go getting right to it. What do y'all like? Personally, what do y'all know, and what have y'all seen of the leak? We're gonna talk about Insomniac's leak first.
So I've pretty much seen everything with that Insomniac leak. Like I wasn't sugarcoating myself from none of it. I was like, F it, it's out there. I'm gonna take a look and see what they got. And just so I could be aware. It's egregious what it's doing to the gaming industry though.
Big facts. I remember. Yeah, I think I got up. I got up. Like I woke up and then I went on the timeline on Twitter and then I just started seeing it. And then I was all like, huh? At first I was confused because then at first I was confused because I started seeing a bunch of stuff. I started seeing like a bunch of like Wolverine stuff, a bunch of Spider-Man stuff. And at first I was confused. I'm like, wait, did they get hacked? Did somebody hack Insomniac? And then I looked it up and then that's when they started talking about the leak and how somebody leaked like a terabyte full of information and stuff like that. So what about you, Wolf? What have you seen?
I remember seeing Wolverine footage.
Yeah, that's the only thing that they've shown us so far. As far as gameplay is concerned, that's it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
like
people were comparing the fighting style to God of War.
It's
calling it a God of
with
War
the
clone.
it's
with the
very
camera action.
I wouldn't call it a God of War clone. You could tell it's God of War inspired, but I wouldn't call it a clone. I had made a tweet, I think a day, like literally the same day the leak came out, because that's when I watched like the whole thing, and I was like, a lot of people probably didn't play like the original, which is the mainline X-Men Origins Wolverine game back in like 09, because that's literally what y'all are calling like this, like that's what that game was. Like, it was literally a hack and slash like God of War, and it was really good, very violent, and also the leak is like an early alpha. You can tell that game is like nowhere close. Like it looks from the outside looking in, it looks finished, but it's really not. Like it's nowhere close to being done.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
You can tell it was an early alpha build.
So there's been reports saying it's supposed to come out in 2025, but now we're getting like reports saying it's gonna come out like in 2026.
We don't really know.
Yeah, we don't really know.
Yeah,
like,
according to this Reddit post 5 days ago, it's Wolverine 2026, and there's Venom, Lethal Protector for 2025.
We pretty much got their whole quote unquote slate up to like 2030.
Yeah. And 2 of those things I wasn't really too keen on. Like the Venom Lethal Protector thing, I wasn't really keen on, because it's like, if you've seen how Spider-Man 2 ends,
spoiler alert, everyone that hasn't played
alert.
or seen the ending.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do. Like, I don't know how they're gonna do it. The only way is if I can see is if Peter somehow gets rid of his anti-venom suit and it goes back onto Harry or Flash or Eddie. That's it. And even then, if y'all didn't put Harry, no, I'm not my fault. If y'all didn't put Eddie or Flash in the other games, at least building them up from the side, then
there's no lethal
kind of no point. It's no point. And then with that Spider-Verse, multiplayer game. I do like the concept of it, but it's just me. I'm just tired of Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Like
Spider-Verse. Where's that?
Spider-Verse is
Is it the Great Web?
so all this stuff you've been seeing, Wolf, of like Spider-Verse and everything, like Miles, it's like the Miles movies and No Way
Oh,
Home
that.
and
Thought there was a
yes.
game about
Well, no,
Spider-Verse
they're
coming
make
out.
that was a part of the leak. They were supposedly making a multiplayer Spider-Verse game, and it's not
It's
that
not a
I don't.
bad concept.
It's not a bad concept. It's just the way modern Spider-Man has become. It has become more. It's become more about Spider-Verse to me, and I think that while in certain situations it can be good, in certain situations, like for the most part, because we've gotten so much stuff with Spider Verses back to back to back to back to back. It's
Mm-hmm.
at the point now where it's almost become a Batman Who Laughs situation where y'all are almost about to oversaturate it.
Yeah, and it's like it sucks with the two Spider-Verse movies coming out because they're really good, and that's where a lot of the growing popularity is coming from.
Yeah, literally.
But they're like milking it, and it's kind of like y'all need to chill. Like you said, they're gonna oversaturate the market with that multiverse
And then it's
Spider-Verse
like,
shit.
yeah, and then it's like it'll get to a point where I don't want it to get to a point where, okay, whenever you watch a Spider-Man adaptation, you're expecting another Spider-Man, like another Spider-Man or Spider-Person to be in there when
Mm-hmm.
it's really supposed to be like just one Spider-Man, one Spider-Person, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, they also came out with an interview saying that Sony basically was didn't think that Insomniac's quality of the game
Was gonna meet
was
standards.
gonna meet standards, so they literally had to go back and like redo half of that game, like at least the last like act or two.
And when you
And
look at that last act, you can tell.
yes, it's facts.
Like
And
objectively, you can tell.
yes, yeah, like you can tell that they just and I don't and people kind of say like, oh well, that means Sony forced them to rush it. And I'm looking at it and it's like, nah, I don't think they forced them. I think what it was is
They
I
didn't like
think
what
it,
they had. That's basically how I read that post
yeah,
when I
they didn't.
seen it.
Yeah, Sony basically didn't like what they had, and Insomniac basically panicked, and they themselves rushed because I think the dude was all like they were getting to the point where they was arguing in the office and stuff like that. So it was like, yeah, and that's probably and to be honest with you, that's probably where the root of this leak even came from. I think,
Yeah, it was probably conflict of interest, and somebody got burned in the office, and they was like, "All right, y'all want to burn me? I'm gonna burn the whole company."
yeah, because that's what I heard. Because me and Mark in the party, we was talking about it, and he told me that basically somebody was all like, "Oh, Insomniac, y'all need to pay me or something like that, and if y'all don't pay me, I'm gonna leak the stuff." And I guess they didn't get paid, and but it wasn't the thing is with me, it wasn't just leaking just like the game. They was leaking like
Addresses and
addresses,
personal
IP
information.
addresses, a whole bunch of stuff.
Hmm.
And I'm just like moving forward, like I feel like not just us, like just the whole gaming community, we need to be like very, very cautious and just like moving forward, we should be cautious on just um like just making sure like stuff don't get leaked and spoiled and stuff like that. I know in today's age that's a little bit easier said than done, but
Because it's like a culture now, like
yeah,
spoiler culture and leak
yeah,
culture. It's like people get paid and monetized to like cover shit like that, you know? I
yeah,
mean, look at us, you know?
yeah. Yeah, it's just really really unfortunate, but I do think as most things do, it's going to pass. It's going to pass. I do think in the future um Insomniac might go a little harder. I know we are gonna touch on the Game Awards, but I think that was probably another thing. Them niggas didn't win not one single award.
Yeah.
So that probably also burnt them the wrong way. It was just adding more fuel to the fire, to be honest with you, because people even before, well, even before the Game Awards, people were already like shitting on Spider-Man 2. And I've said
Oh
this
yeah.
multiple times in the party. I do think gameplay wise, because I don't know if we've even done a Spider-Man 2 review yet. I guess we will in the future. But
We'll let some of the controversy die down.
yeah. So for me, I do like the game. I do think gameplay wise and traversal wise, it's good. Probably traversal wise, it's probably the best we've ever had in a Spider-Man game.
Yes.
The combat, I don't like moves wise. I think it's good. I think like gadget wise, it's not as good as it was in the first one, because I think the thing is, like Peter and Miles, they have the exact same gadgets,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's only 4, and it's instead of
Oh,
they have the same 4 gadgets. It's not like how it was in 2018. Peter had like 8, and in Miles's he had like 4, and I wasn't mad at them making it to 4, but I originally thought, because there were early reports of the game saying, okay, so when you start up Spider-Man 2, you can choose if you want to like carry over your gadgets from Spider-Man 1 and then have them in Spider-Man 2, or you can just unlock them manually. And I was just about to just carry over my stuff. But then when I found out, oh, there's only 4 of them, okay, so was that mean like, will you be able to like swap them? Like, so if I want to have like a web bomb, trip mines, impact weapon, and uh suspension matrix, I can do that, and then just kind of, because that opens up for more variety. And when I found out that no, they literally just have the same, like both Peter and Miles have the same 4 gadgets, that really like that brought the combat down a little for me, honestly. And without spoiling the story, because again, I know we're gonna probably go into a more deep dive review. I do think the story is, it's not, if I accept the story for what it is pretty good. But the comic accuracy part of me just, it doesn't hate it, because it could have been a lot worse. But I do think the first game story is better. It's a lot more stronger.
I think anybody that's played both games could agree on that. You know.
I ain't gonna lie, cause that boy Saint, I think he definitely say that first game, he think this story is better. I think the only people that really know, I think outside of me and you, I think the only people that really know will think that first game story is better out of our friend group is like Mark and Linder. But yeah, so I do. Hopefully, this leak and them not winning an award, hopefully that will like probably like not motivate them, but like maybe like make them like, nah, we not only do we need to like keep this under wraps, we gotta go like hard or go home, because this might, obviously this isn't the last. That's Spider-Man 3 isn't the last Spider-Man game. We'll probably at least two more of them from them before Spider-Man 3 officially drops. But
Yeah.
So with the Rocksteady leak, so to give some context, Rocksteady, I think in about I want to say in like 2019, 2018, there's this image of Superman, and it's Superman with like a sniper scope. So they released this thing
Superman with a
called
sniper scope.
yes.
Oh
Not
no.
so
Where's
no,
this
like,
going?
no.
Is he like in a sniper scope or is he looking down a scope?
Yes. He's in, like, it's somebody
Okay.
aiming at somebody
Okay.
aiming at Superman,
Got it.
and it has Kill the Justice League logo on it. And basically Rocksteady came out and they revealed that they're making a Suicide Squad game. I know everybody at that time was on the fence. So then when DC Phantom came out, that's when you had Stephen Hill come, and he was like, "Oh, this is part of the Arkhamverse. We're gonna give you like a short little rundown of what's happening, blah blah blah." And I think that already rubbed people the wrong way, that it was set in the Arkhamverse already. And then as time went on, we started getting trailers for it, and then we got some gameplay, and people instantly started shitting on the gameplay because it wasn't Arkham-y. Because y'all both have played Arkham, so y'all know how that combat is set up. People wanted the Suicide Squad game to be like that. That like at the end of the day, that's why people were kind of mad. They wanted the combat. They wanted free flow combat for a Suicide Squad game.
I'm gonna just be honest. When we knew it was gonna be Suicide Squad, that idea went out the window, because that doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't.
That gameplay style doesn't work with a team that big. You know, it works with a duo, maybe a triplets or whatever. But like,
yeah,
I don't know, anything over 3 characters on a team, it's got to be some type of multiplayer or
definitely. And
TDM or something like that. Yeah,
but even Gotham
exactly.
Knights, even Gotham Knights was like a duo though, because you couldn't play like story mode wise. You can't play with 4 people. There's a mode that you can play with 4 people, but like story mode wise, you can't.
Co-op campaign is 2-player.
Yeah, it's only co-op. So yeah, and then we got gameplay of it, and people shattered on it because like, oh, you're just using guns and stuff like that. Which, to be fair, in that first gameplay, yes, all they were using was guns. Yes, I do agree with that, and I'm not gonna hold you. It didn't turn me off from the game completely, but I was like, yeah, it might be. It doesn't look bad. I've definitely seen way worse games. And then when we got the beta kind of did, even though it wasn't a complete like there were certain skills and combat and stuff in terms of melee and gun stuff that were locked. I think you had some people actually like turning their heads like, okay, no, I'm actually excited for the game. It looks fun. Part of the problem that really turned people off is that game's gonna have a battle pass and you need online connection to play, at least at first. But now they've since corrected that idea. The battle pass is still gonna be in the game. That's something you really can't take out, but
sure they can take it out. Sure. Just flip a switch, turn off.
But the required network stuff, like required Wi-Fi, like basically, like if you wanted to play the game with, you had to play with other people. But now you can play the game by yourself.
Sounds like Vault 76.
You could kind of think about it like that.
That Vault 76,
so,
Fallout 76.
From my personal opinion,
all online and all live. You couldn't play by yourself.
So from my personal opinion, played the beta. The beta wasn't bad. I definitely think the beta actually wasn't terrible. It was good. Like I played it by myself, and then I played it with a couple of friends, and I had pretty good experiences with both. So I will stand on my statement that I do think the game will be at least decent, at least a 6 or a 7. And if it's not, I'll apologize and say I was wrong. But so earlier in the week, their quote unquote script got leaked too, and niggas have been on the timeline, so that just added more fuel to the fire. So I didn't look at the entire leaks. I didn't look at the whole leaks. But so one of the leaks that I saw was like Superman was gonna die. Superman was going to kill Wonder Woman, and he was going to die of kryptonite, some shit like that. There's this image, I don't know if y'all have seen it, but there's this image of Harley Quinn. Oh no, there's this image of Batman sitting down in a chair, and the squad has like they're surrounding him and stuff. And so what the leak said is when that scene happens, Harley basically shoots Batman in the head and he dies. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
heard that.
yeah. And then people have been like really like it's kind of so if y'all remember at the Game Awards they had a little trailer. I don't know if y'all seen the trailer, but when that trailer came out, I literally this game I'm gonna be honest, I have never seen two 180s just swift so fast before. Like when the beta came out, everyone was like, okay, yeah, I'm interested in playing it now. Then the trailer for the Game Awards came out, everyone was even more hyped. And then when the leak supposedly came out, most people did a 180 and just said, oh no, this game about to trash. I personally didn't really look at the leaks that bad, and I was under the impression that a lot of these leaks, because it's not like Wolverine where it's like full gameplay. So it's like a lot of that stuff that we saw was out of context too. And I think that's what it boils down to, because literally like the next 2 days, like on Thursday and Friday, somebody basically came out and said that those leaks were fake. And this actually isn't the first time that the quote unquote Suicide Squad game got leaked, because around the time Flash was getting ready to drop, like the movie, one of the supposed leaks had got out too. And at the end, they said that they was gonna do a Flashpoint kind of thing and reboot the Arkhamverse. But then that turned out to be a fan theory. And so yeah, this is not the first time. I do not think it will probably happen at least maybe one more time before the game releases. It only has a month left before release. So, but I think the thing is with these is that context matters. If I posted a picture from Arkham Knight of Gordon getting ready to shoot Batman and you didn't know the context behind that, you probably will be pissed. I'm sure a lot of people were pissed, because I believe that got spoiled, if I'm not mistaken, back in 2015. Don't remember, didn't have Twitter at the time, but and I remember once people understood the context of that, it made sense. Or like with Oracle shooting herself, like you think that like looking at that out of context is gonna make it like really like weird. Like why would Oracle shoot herself? But then you realize it's a scarecrow hallucination. Like what I'm trying to say is context matters, and we have to not be so quick to jump to conclusions on things, especially with games, because you could think you could think one thing and then it be the complete opposite.
True.
Yeah.
Because like so, as I said, I do think the game will at least be decent. I'm not gonna sit up here and say it's gonna be 10 out of 10 game of the year. Those words never came out of my mouth. I will stand by my statement. It will be at least a 6 or a 7, which is a pretty decent to good rating. So if it's somehow like a 4 or 5 or God forbid a 3, like I said, I will apologize. I'll take back what I said. I might call the game poo poo, but yeah. Now one thing I will say from playing the beta, it's already infinitely better than Gotham Knights and Avengers. I can 100% tell you that, like beat for beat.
I don't know. I like the.
Did
I
you
like
play the
the.
beta?
No, I don't have a good console. No, actually, not good. They're not putting current gen games in old gen.
Okay.
They're just completely skipping it. And if they do, it's on the cloud, but the cloud is delayed and it's pixelated. The
So
cloud's not quick enough to render.
what were you getting
So
ready to say about Avengers?
I was gonna say I did like the Avengers beta.
That beta was trash.
From that when I was playing Black Widow, it was fun as fuck.
Like I played it with you and I on Xbox, and I played it on PlayStation. And both times I just had
the story bored me with the gameplay, and the beta was fun. So it could be like a good beta, but once you get into the story, you're like, yeah, snooze fest.
But that's the thing. That's a part of what makes the game is a story. If the story, let me put it like this: if the gameplay is, if you have listen, you can get away with having a bad story. You can get away, but great gameplay. Arkham Knight is a great example of this. The story isn't terrible, but it's not good either. It's okay. But the thing that makes me and Mark go back and consistently play that game is that gameplay. That gameplay is goated. If you have
Absolutely.
a good uh story, but the gameplay is bad, it's not gonna make me want to go back and play the game just because the story is good. I might just search the story up on YouTube if that's the case.
Man, I just recently played something kind of like that. Bad gameplay, but story and character were interesting. Tomb Raider on the fucking 360. Tomb Raider, what was it?
The
It was
reboot series?
yeah, the rebooted trilogy on the 360. It was
Yes, bro.
Tomb Raider Legend, Anniversary, and what was it? Something about Underworld. Yeah, Tomb Raider Underworld. Two still waits at the gate. Yeah.
Them E3 cinematic trailers, they don't make them like they used to. Spider-Man
Man,
was the last one we got.
literally, because we're not getting E3 no more, and it sucks.
Literally, bro.
I
Like
wonder
didn't they
why.
actually kill E3, bro? Because the gaming companies, the last like 3 or 4 years, Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation all opted out of going. Like for the last like 4 years.
Just been
So then this year, I think was the first year they actually just didn't have one. Might have to
E3.
fact check me. Yeah.
No, E3's been canceled a couple times.
Because
Ever
it's
since
because
like
Xbox,
around COVID, it's
PlayStation.
just been canceled, and game companies do their own events like EA Play, Nintendo Direct, PlayStation, whatever they call it,
I
name,
forget.
PlayStation Showcase Day.
Xbox Summer
Yeah.
Game Fest. So the companies are doing their own thing.
I mean, they might as well keep it like that now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it's
Because
fine.
they
I
can just
don't mind
showcase
that.
their own shit,
Yeah, you don't have to share a
their own
stage.
IPs.
You can
Exactly.
just
They don't
pre-record
have to
their
have a
shit and
segment.
just play it.
Oh, so Wolf, what did you see the Dragon Ball BT4 trailer?
The fuck is BT4?
Budokai Tenkaichi.
4?
Wasn't
Wasn't that a couple of months ago?
No, it came out for the Game Awards. Another one came out for the Game
I thought it
Awards.
was Dragon Ball Zero or something.
It's called Sparking Zero, but
That's the Japanese name.
That's the Japanese name.
It comes from Sparking Meteor and Sparking whatever. All the Tenkaichis have had Sparking in the name.
Oh
in Japan.
man, I thought they were making a fucking spin-off game before the actual game comes out.
Nah, if you actually watch the footage, it's Tenkaichi, bro, unmistakably.
Yeah, I recognize the camera angles. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was a spin-off. I don't understand Dragon Ball games. It's like it's the same shit. They just update. What I mean by the same shit, it's another fighting game with just updated storylines that weren't in the previous game.
When you
So,
talk
like the
about
previous
Dragon
game
Ball,
was like
you barely get
what
updated
Zero,
storylines.
not Zero, Fighter Z.
Oh,
And
God.
so anything that came after that, like with
Fighter Z actually had an
manga,
original storyline though.
no, like talking about like characters and stuff. They did have original story. Then what was before that? Xenoverse 2?
Oh God, they
Yeah.
milked the shit out of that.
And then Xenoverse 1. Then what was before that? Battle Z?
Yeah.
We don't count that game.
So I just
don't
feel
count
like
that game.
I don't know.
We definitely
Dragon Ball is like so milk to me when it comes to fighting. It's like, oh, what else? What new do we got? They're gonna put a Moro.
I mean, I'm actually excited for this game because this is my equivalent.
It has
to
to be
Blast.
unique, honestly.
This is my equivalent to Raging Blast 3.
Same.
So and you know Wolf how much I used to play them Raging Blast games, man. So,
yeah,
Raging Blast fans
this
rejoice.
has to be like this has to stand out from everything else. in order to get my eye.
Listen, this is what I say they needed to do. They need to have Dragon history from OG Dragon Ball to Super. They need to
That's new.
put
Yeah.
GT and the movies as arcs in there, just like how
Okay.
Budokai Tenkaichi 2 used to put the movie arcs in there.
Oh, and we not. Oh wait, we forgot about this because that new Dragon Ball show finna come out. So depending on when
Daima,
whenever that come out, we might get some stuff for that too.
I'm hoping. A lot of people said they hope that's only a skin for Goku, for Kid Goku. I'm like, nah, because that's Super Goku in kid form. So it's like it got to be a whole new character, bro.
Yeah, and he might not have the. He might. You know what I'm peeping?
Well, separate
It
the
might
forms
be a
like they
GT
did
thing
in
where he
Xenoverse 2.
can't go, or he
Yep.
can't go to like higher supers. Like he can't access God Key and stuff because he's in a small form.
Oh, stop this SS.
I mean, look, that's if they do it. I don't know. They probably
Turns
fuck
blue
around
and
and
becomes
might
an
not even
adult.
do that, and he might be able to still go Super Saiyan God and Blue and Ultra Instinct and stuff like that. So.
I say all the people talking about it need to let Daima come out first before they say what Spark and Zero should put in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
True.
we have no idea what this Goku is going to do. It's going to be him and Supreme Kai figuring out how to turn back into adults. So it's like that nigga could possibly have, he could only have access to
Everybody's
regular
a
guys.
child?
Huh?
Everybody's a child, including the Kais?
Yeah.
I only saw Goku and Supreme Kai as kids.
So
I know the sons have
Well,
become
Shin.
babies
when they
now.
released, they have released like a full trailer of it, Jay, and everybody's kids, not just Goku and Supreme Kai.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on how old they are, they were pretty much changed to a child.
Like
So
Goten and Trunks, them niggas is back as babies.
Yeah.
Dang.
You
And this is
get
gonna
to
be
see
like a
them
little
aged.
short series, like Heroes.
Yeah,
right?
it's only gonna be like 14 to 15 episodes, and I think they're gonna be like 30 to 45 minutes. Nothing too crazy.
So I'm gonna actually watch
Just like a TV
this.
program.
I'll actually tune into this one because I would see the clips from Heroes. I wouldn't like watch actual episodes.
I was like that too. I didn't watch because I was like, I know what
Heroes
this
pure fan
is.
service.
Like I know what it is.
Yeah, it's promotional
it's
for the card
for
game.
the card game. So I'm like, I kind of really don't need to watch
crazy.
this. Like
Super Saiyan 4 and Blue teaming up. Like, what? That's like some Xenoverse
Xeno
shit.
Goku. Xeno Goku and freaking Prime Goku.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
They literally had
biggest
Goku
universe
fight Goku, bro.
Xenoverse crossover. Let's get every
Freaking
fucking body.
Ultra Instinct beat Super Saiyan 4. It was confirmed.
Damn.
But it's pure fan service. It's pure fan service.
And my Super Saiyan 4.
Speaking of, I hope we get that form in Super in some capacity. Like, it ain't got to be called Super Saiyan 4.
Like a
Like,
half
Oh.
step to Super Saiyan
yeah,
3.
maybe
yeah, something like that, you know.
It can be written as
the thing is, I
ascended
wouldn't want Goku
of
and
3.
Vegeta to get it though. I think if Broly,
Yeah, their best route is to give it to Broly.
like if Broly is exclusively the only person that can have it, I'm fine with that.
Because listen, his little rage form, he's already tapping into Great Ape power.
Yeah.
Like, y'all already have the basic plot points for it. Just give him the form. When he can control his rage and shit, that's what he needs to get. He needs to grow his tail back and get some goddamn fur and make Super Saiyan 4 canon.
Well, that's easy.
I thought, wait, Broly don't have his tail?
No.
You remember Paragus pulled it off on Vampa at the beginning.
Yeah. I don't know
Because when
why
he showed up to the planet, Broly had already turned into a great ape and returned back to normal form. He was like, yeah, your armor was stretched out, blah, blah, blah. You must have looked at the moon too long. And he ripped that mug off. Just like Piccolo did Gohan.
Yes, sir.
And tails are detachable, bro, like a button.
But my thing is, Goku's tail grew back like twice. Gohan's tail grew back. So why Broly's can't grow back, you know?
I think it's in the
Broly is
manner.
the
I
fucking.
think it's in the manner of how it gets cut off. Like Goku's grew back twice, but Kami took that shit off permanently.
Yeah, he like blasted it
Go
or some
like
shit.
Go Vegeta. He cut his cut Vegeta's tail
Yeah,
and
Jacoby.
Gohan's tail. Basically, got like I think if it's pulled, I feel like if it's pulled off from like the root, it's not coming back. But if you just chop that bitch off,
The tail is a root, bro. It's connected to the spine.
but if you just rip that bitch off, then it's gonna come back.
Well, hold on, because based on that logic, Gohan's tail shouldn't have came back, but it did. Because Piccolo pulled it from the root. Vegeta actually cut it.
That's true. That's very true.
So this is what we called a continuity.
Yeah, retcon.
It's a continuity.
You write it one way, you bring it up again,
to be fair,
you forgot how you wrote it the first time, and you write it twice.
At least Akira Toriyama acknowledged that it was a plot hole, and he literally was like, "I just didn't like drawing tails no more."
True.
That's
Man,
why
he need to go ahead and let Toyotaro take over with the tails and shit. Especially with all this new Saiyan information we got in the moral arc and shit. Or not the moral arc, the granola arc.
Yeah.
Like all that Bardock backstory. I'm like, come on, bro. Y'all gotta be giving him a Saiyan exclusive form. I mean,
they was
we
cooking
kind of
with
got
that. I ain't gonna hold you.
We kind of got that with the true Ultra Instinct. They was definitely cooking, Keke. With the Goku getting his true Ultra Instinct from getting his memories back, which I'll give them that. But like, come on, bro. Come on.
Powerful.
Just the Saiyan exclusive like form with the fur and stuff, like would go crazy. It would go crazy. And I'm not even the biggest. I ain't gonna hold you. I even call myself a GT hater. I ain't gonna sit up here and cap to you.
Now I can't really call myself a hater.
It's a joke because like you've had. GT has a lot of great storylines and plot lines. They were just executed very poorly.
That entire first arc, the Black Star Dragon Ball arc, terrible. I like the premise of the Black Star Dragon Balls, like negative energy collecting in the Dragon Balls.
I think if it was something that had been teased all throughout Z and OG Dragon Ball, it would have made the premise a lot better.
Exactly.
They didn't think that far ahead.
I got a feeling they're trying to do something with that storyline again, with the whole superhero arc and how Bulma was making selfish wishes and Piccolo,
I mean, if they do it like
the
that,
end was like,
if they do it like that, then that's fine because that'll at least add some context. Okay, you wishing for a BBL every 5 months. That's definitely selfish.
As opposed to wishes that's bringing like, oh, the whole world got genocided by Boo. Let's bring all of them back. That's not going to add no negative energy to the Dragon Balls, blah, blah. It comes from a place of selflessness.
Yes, sir. Hey, but we going to go ahead and wrap up this pod. I appreciate you boys helping me out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, do y'all have any shameless plugs?
Man, all my handles are too intricate, man. Y'all can find me on the delayed link, man, under J Money.
No, I got nothing to shout out, but to say that Month 3 sucks.
Hey,
man, and what's his name? Is his name Christopher Judge?
Yes.
Something else.
Yes. If you're talking about War, yes.
Yeah, he was right. He was right.
The campaign.
Yeah.
That's crazy.